Hey everyone, I'm David Kalishman. I was a graduate of Indiana University in 2015. I was at the School of Public and Environmental Affairs and I got an MPA or Master's in Policies Analysis. I've been a management consultant for the United States government for 10 years and I've had the fortune to be able to go to several different companies, big and small, and I hope to share that experience with you all. My path to government consulting was actually a little fortunate. I was able to become an intern to Senator Richard Lugar at the time. I didn't really know or have an interest, I think, for public service, but having that first internship, seeing how he operated, seeing his legacy that he left, not only for Indiana, but for the American people in general, really lit a fire in me. And I was really attracted to doing that type of work. From there in that internship, even through school, I didn't really know exactly where I wanted to be in the government, and someone recommended management consulting as a place to start my career. And the big reason was that you would be placed in different projects throughout the government, in 3 to 6 month projects, and you could start to really understand where you wanted to be for a longer term career. What attracted me to government consulting was the ability to be exposed to a whole breadth of opportunities, people, and problems. In management consulting, you see things at the highest executive level, the biggest problems that need to be solved for the American people, the most pressing problems, and you get to experience that right out of college. So for me, to be able to work on something that was that exciting and that critical was a huge attraction to me, and it really built a foundational skill set for me to really expand and grow my career over these past 10 years. IU was instrumental in preparing me for my success. First, on the skill side, they taught me obviously the basic skills on policy analysis, data analysis, those foundational skills which were needed to critically succeed in consulting. But then even beyond that, the experiences they provided through thesis papers, projects, study abroad. In order to be a successful consultant, you really are expected to have a breadth of knowledge and experience and tools and skills to solve some of these complex problems. So my time at IU was really not about being as much in the classroom, but much more about experiencing things outside the classroom. And that really led to me having a successful career. Government consulting is you are helping them make a data-driven decision. The problems that government leaders face is that they are provided a problem in which there could be multiple solutions, and they need to weigh the cost financially, but also for the public of people. So it is your job as a consultant to frame different solutions and paths for them to make the most data-driven decision to meet their goals. The typical project is about 3 to 6 months, and you are brought in to solve a specific problem. So you usually start with understanding the client or the agency. So you understand their current state, where they're at, and then you jump to their future state. You want to understand really what their problem is that they're trying to solve and understand what a perfect solution looks like. And then the rest of your time, you're spent solving the different courses of action that could get there. So a typical day, depending on where we are in that process, is about providing analysis or solutions for the client to review and reworking with that to get to the solution. I think HLS students are entering at an amazing time to get into data analytics and AI. AI is going to be a job creation expander. There's going to be more opportunity. Things are going to be moving faster and more effectively, which means government agencies are going to be able to solve more problems and they're going to need more help. So the opportunities are endless for some of these agencies who couldn't solve these problems are now going to be looking for help in solving them that they now have access to with data analytics and AI. So there's much more opportunity for HLS students coming out of college right now. My biggest advice is to really focus on doing projects or going abroad. A typical consulting project is you are on a team of 5 to 7 people. And unlike a test or a single assignment where you are the owner of your work, consulting is really a team project. So learning how to best work in those teams where a rising tide raises all boats, you are graded as a team, is really going to set you apart from other students coming into consulting. When starting in government consulting, your main goal is to build your foundational base of consulting skills. That's applicable pretty much across any part of consulting you go into. So what that means is I recommend you go to one of the larger name brand firms, such as an Ernst & Young, a Deloitte, a Booz Allen. Those are going to get you your name brand foundational skills the fastest and give you that name brand to also then go and specialize as you continue on your career. Having that foundational big firm, big name is going to be super beneficial, not only just starting out, but as you continue along in your career. Consulting is a perfect blend of a lot of that. And I'll mention one of my favorite consulting companies, MITRE. They are a quasi nonprofit government-owned consulting agency. There's actually consulting firms out there that are hired to only focus on the public good, providing public good analysis, nonprofit analysis, and really public good analysis. I think it's one of the wonderful firms out there that really provide a public service and public good and is a great place for students to start to look at. I just want to say how fortunate you all are to have the experience at HLS. I am really impressed by the students I've met, and I really wish you all good luck, and please reach out to me with any questions or comments or any help I can do in your career. Thank you so much. Bye.